on shift. Oh, whoa. Oh no, the engine. I have no transmission. Oh. I think the engine locked up. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. I'd like to start this video by saying Merry Christmas to all of you. I hope you have a Happy New Year or Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. Take your pick from any of those. I hope you have a wonderful and happy, blessed day today. I decided to make a Christmas video dedicated to you guys because, well, without you, I wouldn't be here today now, would I? So thank you to all of you for making the life that I have possible, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. So let's jump into it with an $875 Ram 1500 that I picked up locally from Insurance Auto Auctions as a run and drive. Now, I had a hard time deciding which vehicle I wanted to do for you guys today because this is one that I really want to bring you guys. This is a non-runner that I just picked up for, I think this one was like $800, something like that. It's between $700 and $800 for this. An old 98 5.7 liter. It's a C1500, so it's two-wheel drive, and it's a long bed. It's kind of an oddball truck. I love these. And I think 98 may have been the last of this generation of the truck. I think in 99 they became more rounded. Somebody comment below if I'm wrong, but this is something I'm really excited about. But then so is this. And ultimately I decided this was the one that I was going to bring to you guys. So this is a 2006, I believe. Let's double check just to make sure. Yes, 2006 Dodge Ram 1500, and you can see it's from Pedal. Well, Pedal buys a lot of different things. Junk cars that nobody wants. They also buy cars that are, broken, people don't want to fix. They buy vehicles that some people maybe just don't want to deal with the public in selling. They buy a mixed bag, is what I'm trying to say. And I saw this, and I got it because I was going to give it to my friend, Monkey Wrench Mike. When I first saw this truck, I was actually on vacation in Indiana. I found it on IAA's website, and I thought, hey, man, Mike needs a truck. He really does. Like, genuinely, Mike needs a truck. So this would fulfill that need. It would be a fun Christmas present for him, and it's also kind of a funny joke, I thought, because he lives in a really nice upscale neighborhood. He's already had problems with some of the neighbors that don't like his choices in vehicles. So I thought, man, could you imagine parking this beast, this monstrosity in his driveway? The joke's not really on him. The joke is on his neighbors, the ones that get upset, the ones that want to complain and leave nasty little letters on his door. I thought this would be so much fun. And being that it's a Hemi, guys, this thing, it'd pull down a house, man. It's perfect for what he needs. Dual exhaust, tow package, 7-pin, plus you get all the great bumper stickers. This thing's got stickers all over it, guys. Camp more, worry less, Marines, Bulldogs, football, Eskimo Joes. Oh man, the neighbors would just love this truck. And another one, Marines, Bulldogs Memorial, then you got Eskimo Joe's again, OSU. Now, Mike's from Tulsa, so OSU, go Pokes for him. This truck would be perfect. Now, cosmetically, it's a little bit challenged. It's got some scrapes down the side here, but I thought, Mako could handle that. But honestly, for a tow pig, for a work truck, does it really even matter? I don't think so. Somebody tried doing that plasti dip on the wheels. They didn't try. They did. But it comes off with just scraping my fingers on it. It starts coming off. So I'm pretty sure you could get the chrome back on those wheels, and it'd probably look pretty decent. 5.7 liter Hemi. I think, if I'm correct, this is a two-wheel drive truck. You've got this giant stack of lights on the front, and I love these. Light bars are cool, but this takes me back. You guys remember the old Toyota pickup trucks in the 80s and the 90s? They had those big lights, but they were on the roof. This takes me back to, I just love that it's got these giant lights, and it's got this crazy looking bumper. They actually had to break the headlight to bumper on. That's crazy. Clear coat peel everywhere. Of course, you got the AutoZone Special non-functioning hood scoops, guaranteed to add 150 horsepower. And you got more lights over here and over there. I mean, the truck is just, it's something, man. It's something. But at the end of the day, it was cheap. and it would haul Mike, his dog, and even his duck, if he wanted to throw his duck in here, as well as being able to tow anything he could possibly want to tow with it. I thought this truck was going to be perfect, and for the price, like $850, absolutely worth it. I noticed that there's a lot of wiring relays back here. It's got me wonder, like, what are all these wires and relays for? That is something I don't get. Surely not for audio equipment, right? I don't know. There's speaker wires back here. There's lug nuts. There's more speaker wire back there as well. There's RCA cables under the seats. And same thing under here too. What is this? A thermos? I mean, this thing's just... Yeah, okay. So, anyway, I was trying to bid on this for him, and I got outbid on it, and I walked away from it, okay? And then weeks later, I'm walking through Insurance Auto Auctions, just doing a regular walk around, and I saw it sitting there, and I thought, it's in the video. I don't remember which video it is, but it's one of my recent IAA videos. I'm walking through, and I see it sitting there, and I was like, hey, that's the truck I was going to buy for Mike. Well, by this time, Monkey Wrench Mike had already bought his new truck. He didn't need this anymore. But I still thought, man, if I could get it for a good price, I would still buy it. Because somebody is going to need a truck, right? I didn't have a charged up booster pack, so I couldn't start it. So I never did get to hear it run. And I showed that in the video. Booster pack was completely dead, could not get this thing to run, so I had no choice but to bid on it exactly as it is. Now, it's listed clearly right here in blue ink as a run and drive, all right? So, let's open the hood. How do you... There we go. Oh, I didn't see this. It's got little LED lights on the front. Oh man, it's got the 5.7, it's got an Airade cold air intake, and it's got a battery. Hell yeah, it's got a battery. An 8 of 2024 battery. That's a relatively new battery. Is it bolted in? No, it's not bolted in. And then we've got all of this, like, this is a freaking fire. Oh my goodness. What does all this go to? What does all of this go to? Some kind of an alarm, too? Oh my lord. Okay. This thing's a disaster. Let's see what we got in here. There's a bunch of stuff in here that's like broken buttons, you know? Missing button, broken button. No clue what any of this goes to. Then there's this little OBD thing. And then there's this. Then there's this cable. Looks like an HDMI cable. What is... I have no idea, man. Then you got this PA system right here. Little walkie-talkie with horn and sirens. And up here, where the radio used to be, they put Gorilla Tape over it. And then over here, buttons that I have no idea. On, off. LED glow. Sound mode, on, off. Again, I have no clue what any of this stuff is. But this thing had 320,000 miles on the odometer, and I was like, I got to do it, man. Got to pull the trigger. So before we do anything, let's check the oil. Let's see what it looks like. Wow, it is a crazy long dipstick. Oil's a little dark, but it's up to the full mark. It's right at the hash marks for full, so it's got oil. Can I put this in one-handed? This is going to be difficult, guys. This is a long dipstick, and that is a tiny hole to try to fit it in. Am I going to do... I did it. Oh, yeah. That's raw talent right there, guys. Hopefully it's got coolant. Oh. That's... okay. That's a little crazy. It had pressure on the cooling system. Are you serious? It's got coolant, yeah. How's there pressure? This thing got dropped off like 4 days ago. I would have thought the pressure would have been bled off by now. She's stone cold, guys. I mean, I can literally put my... Well, I can't reach the exhaust, but I can put my hands on anything. She's stone cold. Interesting. Tires look decent. The truck is a beater, but what do you want for like 850 bucks, right? So the goal is, let's see if we can get this thing started. I've got the key with me. And let's see if we can take her on a test drive And oh, she's dead, huh? Oh, she's totally dead. Like, there is zero power on this thing at all. All right, well, then I guess I need to go get the booster pack. And we'll try to start it. This truck, I don't really know what to do with, guys. I have no use for it. So I will probably just send this one right back to auction. Let me go grab a jump starter real quick, and let's fire this truck up. Well, she sure is dinging. Isn't it crazy, the difference in size of half-ton pickup trucks between a 98 and an 06? I mean, it's not even 10 years difference, guys, and just look how much bigger the new trucks are. And there's my newer one. This thing's even bigger than my brand new Ram. This is a pretty big truck, and I don't think it's lifted. Maybe, you know what, I bet it's got to be lifted. It's got to be lifted. Let's take a quick look under the front real quick. You know what, it doesn't look it though, guys. Everything under here looks stock. Wow, it's a big truck. I'm not gonna lie, it's a big truck. All right, let's hop in. The mileage is 308 miles, 889. Wow, that's, why is it dinging? It's dinging like there's a key left on or something. Interesting. Okay, let's see what it does. Oh, okay, it's fine. It's fine. That was scary, guys. Did you hear that knock? Did you hear that knock? When I first started, man, like she had a knock. And now there's a slight lifter tap. That's what I was worried about, is the lifter tap. These things are just notorious for dropping valves. There's a slight tap. Nothing too bad, just a slight tap, that's fine. And I think it's going away. It's probably just because this truck hasn't been run in quite a while. It's getting quieter. Good, good, good. So far we're winning, man. We're winning, guys. I want to take her on a test drive if I can fit through here. I'm surprised. I'm so happy right now. You never know what you're getting from the auction. You know what I mean? You may be getting a great deal, you may be getting something completely blown up. I've had many times where I bought these things that said they were run and drive, and they didn't run and drive. I bought them as run and drives with rods banging. As soon as you start it, it sounds like a rod's going through the block. I've bought them where they said they didn't run and drive, but they did run and drive. So, you know, you never know what you're getting until you actually hear it run. So I highly recommend you always check these vehicles out for yourself in person, if possible, guys. We just got lucky. That's all it is. We got lucky on this. For this price, we got really lucky. Look at this. Objects in mirror are losing. Come on now, man. It's not a race truck. Let's see if we can squeeze through these two pick-em-up trucks here. I like this. I do. I like this. This is not... Oh, she's trying to die. If it dies, we're going to be in trouble because I'm certain that battery's not going to come back to life without putting it on a deep charge. So, since it runs so great, I can only assume that it probably has a bad transmission. Let's find out. No, it shifted. Oh, we got no tack. There's no tack. Come on, shift. Oh, whoa. Oh no, the engine. Oh, whoa, what's happening? I have no transmission. Second gear. Okay, we've got second gear. Oh my goodness. Well, that didn't. Oh, no! No! Oh, man. Okay. Well, this is the worst of everything happening right here, guys. Like, this is... Oh, the engine is just banging. Oh, shut up. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I thought we scored on this one. I thought we scored. The transmission isn't doing anything. Come on. Come on. Come on. Ooh, the engine's knocking. Oh. Is there no third gear? Ooh. Oh. Easy. 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 Come on, second gear. There we go. We got no warning lights. Are you kidding me? There's not a single warning light on the dash. Yeah, she's got a rod knocking heavy. Heavy. And a transmission that doesn't shift. Oh, we are absolutely winning on this one. I don't think we've ever gotten something this bad. This is, I'm creeping at 25 miles an hour just trying to get home. Oh, this is awful. Okay, well, let's pull her back in then. Yeah, this is, shut up. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I think the engine locked up. Oh, no. Oh, man. Come on. Ooh. You win some, you lose some. Well, if the engine is frozen, it picked a great place to do it. Back in the yard. It sounded like it locked up, guys. That was bad. No? Oh, you hear that? It sounds like bearings. Yeah, that's bearings. That's bearings. Yep, I've heard that before. The thing is, though, take a look at the oil pressure. Oil pressure's good. Woo! Oh, man. Oh, no. Shut her down. Shut her down. Well, this one's a dud. Man, the transmission doesn't shift to third gear. Rods are banging. It sounds like, my guess is it spun a bearing. I've seen this, encountered this a million times before, guys. I'm fairly certain she spun a bearing. And what you're hearing, that squeaking and squealing noise, that's not a belt. All right, when those bearings get on top of each other, it starts, number one, it clogs up the oil journals. You start losing oil pressure. I'm surprised that we still have good oil pressure on this. That's very shocking. I'm certain that it spun a bearing. Those rods are banging up against the side, so you're tearing up the block, you're tearing up the end cap on the rod. It's just a bad deal all around, guys. This is it's a really bad deal. Now, you could climb under here and you could drop the pan. You could find the affected rod bearing. It's probably just one, maybe two, but maybe one. Change your rod bearings out, clean up the crank a little bit. I guarantee you this crank is probably tore up, guys. And then you still have the issue of the transmission. Where's the transmission dipstick? We should have checked that. But let's just take a quick peek. Actually, the trans fluid is damn near empty. Even with it not running, it should be, at this point, it should be overfilled with it not running. Could the trans just be low on fluid? I'm going to say it's possible, but probably not, guys. Let's see if I can get it in the hole from here. All right, this one's going to be a lot. There we go. Look at that. Got it. Nailed it. Oh boy. So what do we do with this one? In case you guys don't know, maybe you're new here. I have a yard literally full of cars, along with a shop that's full of cars. I bought this on a whim. It was an impulse buy. I saw it was cheap, and I thought, you know what? Let's take a risk. Well, I took the risk. And do I feel like dropping an oil pan and trying to save a crank? No, because I've been here before. Back in the day, long ago, when I didn't have a lot of money, I had a Buick Regal. Had a V6, I believe it's like a 3.8 liter V6. And the same thing happened, making the same noises. And I went and I bought new rod bearings for it. I used some emery cloth. I tried to clean up the crank journals that were affected, and I swapped out the bearings. And I'm happy to report that Regal was back on the road. Did not knock anymore for a little while. Unfortunately, it didn't take very long. I'm talking maybe within 2,000-3,000 miles, not even an oil change, man. It happened again, you know, because once you get all that metal into the oiling system, you get oil clogging up. Oil gets into everywhere. It just starts to, or oil, metal. The metal starts getting into everything and wreaks havoc on the engine. The crank journals, the tolerances are so tight today, guys, that it's not like it used to be. Engines used to be very forgiving back in the old days. They're just not anymore. Once you get something like this, like, you really need to do a rebuild or just throw another engine in it. So how much did I pay for it? Out the door, total cost? Let me look it up and find out. So here it is, 2006 Dodge Ram, 380,000 miles. It was $875. And then there was, what was this, a buyer fee of $295, a tow fee of $160, a service fee of $95, an internet fee of $65, an environment fee of $15, another fee for $69, and then a transactions tax of $2, which led to the total for an $875 truck becoming $1,576. Oh my goodness. If you click on it though, you can clearly see the truck right here. This is my fault because I should have started up, but I couldn't. My booster pack was dead. You know, there it is. And if you scroll down, what does it say down here? Damage, loss type, other, front end, clear, public restricted, and it says right there, run and drive. Run and drive. Well, technically that is correct. It does run and drive. It doesn't run well and it won't drive far, but it is a run and drive. So what am I going to do with my, what are we, right at $1,600 for this? $1,600 for a truck that's got a transmission that has no third gear and an engine that knocks and squeals. As you guys guessed, I was going to send it back to the auction. You'd probably be right. So, ho, 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 Merry Christmas. I got screwed. That's all right, man. I'm not going to turn into Mr. Scrooge over it, you know what I mean? No bah humbug for me. Guys, the reason I'm not going to bother doing anything with this truck is, number one, it's just in too rough a shape. She's just too rough. It's not worth, in my opinion, spending any money on. You got trans problems, you got engine problems, the body is trash, interior is messed up, it's got 308,000 miles. Nope, I think it's best to let that one die. So I'm probably going to send her right back through the auction at Copart, and we'll see what happens. You know, who knows, maybe I can clear $600-800 out of it. Somebody can use it for parts. If it doesn't sell through Copart, then I'll probably just list it up as a parts car. You know, I don't know, whatever somebody will bring me for it, come get it, take it out of here and, you know, part it out, scrap it out, whatever. Again, I've got so many cars out here, guys. In case you're new or you haven't been on the channel in a while, I got so many cars. This just came in, 2005 PT Cruiser, the 2.4 turbo. We've got the Dodge Dynasty. I'm going to be getting rid of this very soon. I'll probably sell this myself. Honestly, I'll probably just let the Dodge Dynasty go. I don't think this is going to bring anything at the auction. It's probably best just sold as like a, you know, a $500 whatever parts car, scrap car, demolition derby car. Don't care. The Eurovan, we've got it like an 0399. I don't remember what year this is, but it's the VR6 Eurovan. I got some work to do to it, and then I'm sending this one down the road too. I'm certain that I figured out what's wrong with it, and I'm certain that I can fix it for a $17 part that I got on Amazon. If you're wondering what's going on up front here, I'm going to tell you, Monkey Wrench Mike and I both have used the Eurovan as a tow pig, like more like a push hog. All right, instead of towing, we strapped on these sponges, these soft microfiber sponges to the front. We've used this van to push broken down cars into the shop. And I'm talking up the ramps. Believe it or not, the little van does great. The bumper sits so low, it works out perfect for actually pushing vehicles into the shop. So this one will be repairing it and then sending it down the road soon. Of course, we have Nick's Saab 9.3 Aero. This is the turbo V6, if I remember right. I think it's a turbo V6. He loves this little car. But I'm thinking about doing another video soon where we get a new batch of cars in and we let him come back out. He doesn't know about this, but we let him come back out with a new batch of cars and we let him pick from like a whole new selection. And I'm thinking, I'll tell you guys here in just a second which ones I think, and we'll leave this one on the table so he can keep this if he wants to. He's not obligated to get rid of it. This one, the Monte Carlo Z34, this one actually runs and drives great. The only problem with it is the coolant temp sensor has gone bad, causing the cooling fans not to run. This thing has working air conditioning, ran and drove absolutely great. The paint's a little rough. Other than that, though, the body's actually in pretty good shape, aside from this piece of trim is in the trunk, and it's got these scratches right here on the back. The Z34 has the 3.4 liter, that dual overhead cam, V6. I had intended to replace the coolant temp sensor on this for the cooling fan. Requires removal of the intake plenum. Not a big deal. I never got around to it. Interior is in really good shape on this, guys. It's got some miles, but I mean, this car is actually, it's actually really nice. This is, you throw a cheapo Mako paint job on this and get the window tint redone, and this thing would be very clean. Very clean. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one. I haven't decided if I'm sending it through the auction or if I'm just going to sell it myself. I'll figure that out later. If anybody's interested in it, and no, this is not something I'm going to let go for $500. All right, I mean, it's actually a pretty nice little car here. I'm thinking maybe, I want to say about $1,500. I think $1,500, I'd let this one go. Anyway, if you're interested in any of the cars that you see that I might be willing to sell on my own, send me an email, autoauctionrebuilds, plural, @gmail.com. If you can't remember that email address, it's in the description box below the video. Just click it, and I've got a bunch of links, including my email address. Then we've got this little, like, 83. Somebody keeps getting in this car. That's getting aggravating. Somebody keeps getting in here. This one, we got it running. We actually drove it. So it is a run and drive. We bought it non-running, non-driving. We got this thing running and driving. It needs, at a minimum, an ignition because somebody broke the ignition, and that's why it was sold with no keys. It currently starts with a little screwdriver, you know, to move the ignition switch. It does start, does run. It's got a new battery. The brakes do not work very well. If you pump them up, they'll work intermittently, but not well. So it may need a master cylinder. At a minimum, it needs the brakes bled, and it really needs the steering column. Steering column in this, stupid cheap, guys. They're salvage yard selling them out. I was told that a Ford Escort will work on this. You need a cruise control column because this car does have cruise. It is automatic, but you can get one with keys for like 80 bucks. It's stupid cheap. The problem is I'm not going, oh, maybe somebody didn't get in it, actually. The door doesn't like to close. I am not going to spend any more time on this. I did buy new taillights. I'm going to tell you right now, taillights for this, they're not cheap. The taillights for this are not cheap, so I got new taillights for it. Tires are like 20 years old. It's definitely, it's a project car, guys. Like, without a doubt, this is a project, guys, project car. So if anybody might be interested in this one, this is one of my next ones to go down the road. This is one I'd probably be willing to sell to somebody that wanted it. This one, however, comes with a bill of sale only. That's the reason I'm able to sell it like that, guys. Bill of sale only. I was not provided a title for this car, and after fighting with Copart over the title, they said that they are not going to provide me a title with it. It came with like some kind of a California acquisition of sale or something, which in Oklahoma does me absolutely no good. It'll cost me between $300 and $600 to get a title. I'm not going to spend the money on the car, and I'm over it. So I don't know. I'm thinking 800 bucks. 800 bucks. It does run and it does drive. Over here, we got the 2000 and I don't even remember what year this is anymore. 2002? It's the last year of the Chrysler Prowler insurance car right now, not salvaged, thankfully. Insurance company came out, they looked at the damage because I did hit a deer, and surprisingly, the car handled it very well. It handled it very well. I hit a deer, did some damage to the bumper, did some damage to this fender, and definitely the hood just got really damaged. And then I didn't notice this before, but I'm thinking this is damaged from the deer, because the deer literally went over the whole top of the car and then somehow just flew off the back. Don't ask me how the car or I survived. I'm not sure. I don't really drive or use this car, and unfortunately, because my garage is full of other projects, this has just been sitting outdoors, but it's on the list to get fixed here in the near future. Then we have a 1992 Ford Crown Victoria that is a flood car from Florida. Just been sitting here. This one is going to be coming to the channel very soon. A lot of you guys have kind of begged me to please get on this car. You guys are really excited to see it. Supposedly has 11,000 miles on the odometer. Next to that, another Florida Hurricane flood car, a 98 Mitsubishi Eclipse. Yep. And this is another Florida flood car. Unfortunately, this one, the water line was not correct on. The water line was much higher than advertised. And I don't know, guys. I got a bad feeling about this one. On top of that, it came with no keys. On top of that, it was damaged either in transit or when it was forklifted to be placed on a trailer or moved around the yard. It got damaged, so there's more damage to this car. Of course, we've got my 2023, Ram 1500 with the e-torque. I just found out today I was looking at trading it in or possibly leasing another truck, and I went to go kind of build one myself up to my specs, and to my surprise, there's no Hemi anymore. You cannot build one of these with a Hemi, and for the 2025 model year, the TRX is also gone. I was shocked. I was actually considering possibly maybe another TRX on the channel. I've had it for just over a year, 31,000 miles on the odometer, and I thought, you know, maybe I'll upgrade to the newest one. Well, the newest one doesn't come with a Hemi. It is not possible to get a Hemi in this truck anymore. Now it comes with a 3-liter Hurricane is what they're calling it. It's a 3-liter twin-turbo Hurricane, and I don't believe it's a diesel either. I think it's gasoline. And I'm just like, I kind of like my Hemi sounds. You know what I mean? That V8, the rumble, the sound of it. I don't know about going from a 5.7 to a 3.0 liter twin turbo. Payload's the same. Towing is the same. The truck's not going to be the same though, guys. So now I don't know what to do. Either I keep this truck, I guess, or yeah, I mean, I may just be stuck with it, or I need to find another brand maybe that still does V8s in their pickup trucks. And I got to thinking about this, and I was like, well, if this one turns out all right, I mean, I could use this. I could tow with this. It'd do all right. It wouldn't be great, but I could absolutely tow with this truck if I could get it running. Maybe it'd be worth just getting rid of that one, you know, altogether. Just taking something used. I don't know. Next to that, we've got the Florida Hurricane flooded 11,000 mile Ford Mustang Cobra. This is a one-owner car, and it was very significantly underwater, guys. Like up to here underwater. And in a very recent video, we just got this car running and driving again. It's not out of the water yet or out of the woods yet, but it's getting there. And I've nicknamed this Cobra Seahorse. I don't know. You know, the Cobra, snake, a seahorse kind of, and Ford uses the Mustang, right? You see the Mustang badge on the front. So a seahorse. It was literally under salt water. So seahorse. This one, 97 E420, I just got rid of this. This belongs to Monkey Wrench Mike. We have a 94 Olds Cutlass Supreme SL, 66,000 miles. This one I'm trying to get as close to 2,500 as possible. I need this one gone. Then over here, we've got my 2000 and something. I can't remember, like 2004, 2005 Monte Carlo SS. This is supercharged, the Dale Earnhardt edition. We need to get back to this one soon because we've got some number 8 stickers to replace. We've got an 89, I think, Maserati. It's a Chrysler TC. by Maserati. This one is going to be going down the road soon. I got to get rid of it. Right here, his car does not belong to me, but this is a, I don't even know, it's a Lexus LS 430 that belongs to Monkey Wrench Mike, and it needs some love for sure. Sitting next to it though, this is mine. This is my, I think it's an 07 Lexus LS 460 that I got for really cheap, like $3,500, I think $3,600 out the door, something like that. Really is a pretty cheap car. It's got a misfire, but I think I figured out what's wrong with it, and I bought the part for like $15 from Amazon, and we're going to come back and try to fix this, and we're going to send this one down the road. Sitting next to that is my 95 Chevrolet Cavalier, and this one's got a popped head gasket, so I need to get back to it. I've been doing other projects, but I do have a brand new cylinder head for this car with the new gaskets, new lifters. I got new everything, spark plugs, plug wires, literally whole gasket set, everything, to try to take this car apart and put it back together, because this is actually a really nice little Cavalier, man. It's a very clean little car. We took it on the 10-mile drive. It did great, and this is one that I definitely want to save. And then we have a hurricane flooded Florida 347 Stroker SN95 Mustang, guys. This beautiful and pretty rare blue color that you don't see very often. First year, 1994, first year of the SN95, first year of this body style. It still has that wonderful 5.0 liter V8 under the hood, but currently it is a 347 Stroker. It is supercharged. Waterline on this one, pretty dang high, guys. That's pretty high. 144,000 miles on the odometer. It's got good tires, nice wheels, stripes are in good shape. I love the spoiler. Window tint could use a little bit of work, but I mean, overall, not a bad looking car at all, guys. This is one that's going to be coming to the channel here very, very soon. And then if that's not enough for you, I've got a couple more in the shop, and I'll show you those real quick, and then we'll get out of here. And another saltwater flood car from Florida. This is my 2015 Ford Mustang EcoBoost Premium Package with like GT350 fake looking side skirts and splitter, and I think that's a GT350 style front bumper as well. I mean, I don't know. Part of me thinks it looks good, and then part of me is like, no, not so much. Of course, we have the 57 Chevy still over here that I'm still prepping for Power Tour. Unfortunately, it's been very slow going with this car. Very slow, very little progress being made on this because of trying to keep all the other content flowing, all of the other cars going. I'm slowly getting things back together on this. Recently got the intake locked down. We've got the distributor, which is electronic ignition. It's a flamethrower distributor back in. It's a billet. We got it back in. We've got a new MSD, or maybe it's a flame. No, it's an MSD coil. It's an MSD like flamethrower coil as well, I think, something like that. It's about time for me to come back out here and get the serpentine kit. We got a new fuel pump also installed, and I've got some AN lines to put on it, and then we're going to go with the serpentine belt kit to put back on this one as well, so that we can have air conditioning in it for Hot Rod Power Tour. Of course, we got cold case to the rescue on the cooling system, and I believe the condenser is also from cold case as well. Wiring kit, proper wiring kit with fuses and relays and everything. We've got a proper shroud and electric cooling fans to go with it. We got the AVS2 from Edelbrock carburetor right here. It's going to go back on it as well. Chrome Chevrolet valve covers, Chrome Chevrolet air cleaner, and of course an Edelbrock Chrome dual plane intake manifold, which should be a lot better than the single plane intake manifold that came off of it, which is also an Edelbrock Performer 2101. So I think the car is going to be a lot happier. It's got new plugs now. It's got a new distributor cap, new rotor bug, and proper gaskets on the exhaust manifolds. We found out that the exhaust manifolds on this did not have any gaskets at all, and the donut O-rings were also pretty much shot, no good. So it's going to come together real nicely, I think, guys. She's very close to us being able to actually start it again and drive it. I have not driven this car in probably a month and a half, maybe 2 months. I'm really excited to start getting all of these parts into this car. So number one, I can clear this out. We can move the car out. I have access to my shop. Then on this one of the things I'm waiting on, I need to get to it. It's super easy, but this motor, I got a code for the motor being bad on the driver's side for the convertible top. The reason this car has to sit in here is because the convertible top is frozen. It won't move, and the code shows that it's this motor assembly, which this, believe it or not, is actually a sunroof motor, and that's what they're using. On each side, you've got one sunroof motor and another, and they use the pair of motors to operate the convertible top. And it's the driver's side that shows to be bad about this, used on eBay for like, I don't know, 150 bucks. Supposedly, if you take off all these pieces, take off these side panels, here, the motor is somewhere right there. You pop it off, pop a new one in, and then hopefully the convertible top works. If we can get the convertible top functioning, I can actually move this thing in and out of the shop, and I will have room to start wrenching on some of my other cars, like the ones that are sitting out there with frozen engines from being flooded under salt water. So a lot of work coming to the channel, so stick with me, guys. I've got something for everybody, and it's all coming really soon. So I guess I'm going to get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Kwanzaa, and thank you all for another epic year on YouTube. It's been a hell of a journey since I started this whole car content theme on the channel, and it's been amazing. I've really enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for making this possible. I hope you had a wonderful day today. I hope you had a great year, and I hope next year is equally good for you as well. And if you had a bad year, I hope next year is going to be epic to try to make up for a bad one. Guys, thank you all again so much for watching. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. Until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.